What's up everyone, Max Power here, and we're playing again in Pokemon TCG Live. Today we're going to be checking out the Colorless Lugia deck. Goes without mentioning, of course, that we did just experience the release of Paradox Rift this past weekend. But this is a deck I really wanted to showcase before we move on to some of the newer ones. The reason why I like it, of course, is because of the powerful Lugia VStar. Summoning Star lets you put two basic Pokemon from your discard pile that don't have a rule box onto your bench. The only true fiddle that you want to be playing this with is Archeops. The reason for that, it is a stage 2. You can play it directly from your discard once you've summoned the Lugia V-Star, and its Primal Turbo really is what makes this deck cook. Why? You get to, once per turn, you get to search your deck for 2 special energies and attach them to one of your Pokemon. This ability stacks, so in other words, if you have 2 Archeops, you get to search for 4 special energies every single turn. Who are we going to be accelerating energies to? In this case, the Snorlax from Lost Origin. For 3 colorless energy, dumping Snore does 180 damage with the downside of going to sleep and having to flip for 2 coins. The massive help that Snorlax has is the ability that we can accelerate therapeutic energy to it, preventing it from falling asleep. So you can deal 180 damage for 3 energy every single turn as a single prizer, not even a 2 prizer. That's really, really cool. Some other support Pokemon that you can rely on, we have Drapion V, if in case you go up against the Mew VMax from Fusion Strike. This is a wash that can help beat those in a pinch. We actually have the Mew EX from 151. Restart ability allows you to draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. This is very useful, especially in a pinch or if you don't have anything to draw with, if maybe you've bricked or you have a small hand. And you are also able to accelerate energy to this Mew because Geno hacking lets you choose one of your opponent's attacks and use it as this attack. Something super useful if you want to copy your opponent's Greninja's Moonlight Shuriken or other attacks. It's definitely at your disposal. Radiant Charizard is a good closing pitcher since Excited Heart reduces your attack cost by 1 for each prize that your opponent has taken. And for that, in order to deal the Combustion Blast for 250, we're actually going to be relying on the Luminous Energy. You really should be only needing 1. We have 2 just in case. But this could be accelerated with the Archeops. You can attach by hand. And then you have quite the attacking squad, if I do say so myself. Lumineon V helps you search for any supporters. Main supporters we're going to be relying on here are Professor Burnett, that lets you search 2 cards from your deck and discard them, such as your Archeops. We have Professor's Research, as any other deck usually runs as a staple, Boss's Orders to switch your opponent's Pokemon, and Iono to refresh your hand as well as your opponent's. The energies we're counting on are Double Turbo Energy, DTE for your Lugia, Gift Energy to help you draw, Jet Energy to help you move a basic from or a Pokemon from your bench to the active, and I think there's a V-Guard Energy as well. This is something you could probably reduce, but this is a pretty good mix and good count of energies, especially since they're all special. They're going to be very useful. You want to be running Mesagosa 1 or 2 copies, as well as 1 or 2 copies of Collapse Stadium. The Mesagosa helps you search for Pokemon every turn if you flip heads, and the Collapse Stadium gets rid of one of your bench spots on your opponent's and your side of the field. This actually helps you to get rid of one of your damaged Lugia so that you don't give up as many 2 prize Pokemon. Ultra Ball as well as Great Ball is actually very useful for searching Pokemon to bring them out, especially Great Ball in this deck because you're not going to be playing Nest Ball to play the Lumineon that wouldn't help its effect happen since you have to play it in your hand. Great Ball just helps you search for everything, honestly, as well as capturing Aroma to get an Evolution if you hit flip heads, or a basic if you flip tails. It's a coin flip card, but it very much works in this deck. And we also have 1 Escape Rope, 1 Switch, and with Switch Cart to pivot a little bit here and there with the deck. Let's go ahead and test it out, guys. Really excited to see what you think. I kind of prefer the single strike version of this deck myself, but the colorless one has been very, very useful as of late. Hopefully we don't get wrecked by people playing Roaring Moon as well as Iron Valiant decks, as those just came out, and they're very, very popular, if I do say so myself. But let's see if we can still succeed with good old Lugia and Snorlax. Let's say tails never fails. If you guys are enjoying this, please let me know. Hit the like button, let me know what you think, and share with your friends the content. Do we want to go first? In this deck we do because we are an evolving deck, having to get Lugia V to VStar. So whenever you have to evolve your Pokemon to get going, you want to go first. We are starting with not the Drapion. Let's do Snorlax and hope we can get everything else we need. Drapion we can only use if it's against the Mew VMax deck. Interesting sleeves, 2023. This is a Roaring Moon deck. There's a chance we might get wrecked, folks, but let's see. We are going to... Let's Great Ball first. That's not useful at all. Let's get the Lugia first. Do we have something to discard from our hand? Not really. Okay, let's hold on to it. What I should have done is capture Aroma first, but not a problem. We need tails to get heads. More evolution Pokemon. Well, we can get the Archeops out. That's rather useful now that I think about it. Lastly, we will need to play the Mesagosa and hope we can get heads. We need Lugia V. We don't. Wonderful. So what we're going to do here is attach a gift energy to our good old Snorlax and hope we don't get wrecked. I'm going to have to bench this Drapion to prevent the donking from our opponent. Because if this deck can set up quickly and Roaring Moon actually is able to on the second turn, we can lose instantly. Hopefully they don't, because we want to preserve our Snorlax as our attacker. And the Mesagosa helps them out. Wonderful. Okay, this is a beautiful artwork, guys, if I do say so myself. I haven't really opened much of Paradox Rift yet, but this is definitely one of my chase cards, and it's probably the hardest one to pull, at the very least being an SIR. This person already has two, so they're probably rocking the money deck. Pokestop? I am definitely not Pokestopping. Raiding the new Greninja to the trash, wonderful. This will slow them down a little bit. They've got Mew. Mew is actually something we can one-shot since Snorlax does exactly 180. But it's not going to matter if we do not find our Lugias, and we're actually a turn behind. They got Galarian Moltres, which is a good pair for this deck. The whole point of Roaring Moon being a Darkness deck is they want to throw as much energy to the discard as possible and then accelerate it to their Pokemon. So far they don't have a single one. They've been able to set up their bench, but I don't see the energy flying out of their deck or their hand. They might have some in their hand, but they're not playing it. Okay, they got started quick and then they didn't really do much. Didn't really show much in that case, guys, but you did get a little taste of the Roaring Moon deck, and you got to see this beautiful special illustration rare. Let's see if one other game we can at least get going. They could forfeit it, we won, we get some little points. But let's see if we can get a full match in. More interested in that. Do you even Splash Bro? Opponent's calling the coin flip. They got a Miraidon coin. I feel like this screen always takes forever. Unless the opponent is the one taking so long, but I don't think it's always them. This deck always wants to go first, as we mentioned. Come on, Lugia. We saw Lugia. The worst thing ever. But we do have Ultra Ball, so maybe this can help us get out of it. Right on. This is the worst matchup this deck can have. I have no choice with Ultra Ball, truthfully. Do you want to get rid of 2 research, or I don't know. If we have energy in hand, we want to get these back into the deck, so I'm going to have to get rid of my research. Let's go ahead and get the Lugia. We've got everything we need. Great. I'm going to play the Lugia. We might as well play Gift Energy if in case we get knocked out. And then we get to draw cards. That's actually great. I'm not gonna retreat. Let's go ahead and pass. And let's hope that our opponent is not able to set up. Basically what we want to do is we need to play 1 or 2 Lugia Vs to evolve. We need to get our Archeops out of the deck as well. Not just that, get them in the discard pile, then evolve to Lugia VStar, Summoning Star ability, and then get those out, and then we can get rolling. It's a lot simpler than it sounds. This is kind of like a dumb deck in the sense. It's like brainless. You don't really have to do much. Because once you get your board going, you can pretty much prep any attacker and you're solid. They've got a lot of 2-prizers. Snorlax only deals 180 damage, unfortunately. There's a strong chance we get wrecked here, but let's not lose hope. Maybe our opponent has a rough time getting set up themselves. Of course, Miraidon is excellent because of its 10 immunity ability. It has built-in battle VIP passes, and you can use them as long as you have bench space, essentially. Our opponent seems to be very pensive. Okay, so they got Bravery Charm. That's smart. That can give us a hard time. Ultra Ball, okay. Luminion is definitely the worst Pokemon to start with because you can't use its ability and it's weak. Okay. What do you guys have? Okay, so they decide to pass. Let's see if what we can get out of capturing Aroma. We get heads. I think what we want to do is evolve, and then we can get the Archeops out, because if we get the Archeops out and then Iona, we just put it back in the deck, that'll be pointless. So we're going to evolve. We are going to Iona to refresh our hand. What we got? Okay. So we can't Iona this turn. What we need to do now is Great Ball, Archeops. Let's see if we can capture Aroma for another Archeops. Perfect. That's what I want. So now we're gonna Ultra Ball those dudes away, and we can get out. I think I like Mew in this situation, although, oh yeah, I do like Mew in this situation. Why? Genome hacking is exactly what we need so we can get back at our opponents. Let's test this out, guys. We're going to play the Mew. We will, well, first it's Summoning Star. Okay, and this is the deck in action. This is exactly the strategy you want to be invoking. We have our attacker in Mew. We've got Luminion. I'll leave the gift energy attached to it, so I will switch. Bring out the Mew. We could attach gift from our hand, honestly. And then that way we only need a Primal Turbo one time. So what we will be playing, not the DTE, we don't want that. We're going to do V-Guard against the Raikou because that's perfect, and Jet because we're not moving to the active. And both are going on our good friend, the Mew EX. We will now Genome Hacking for Photon Blaster and the Knockout. Our opponent only miraculously got one energy into their field. I guess they didn't get any electric generators. We don't need any of these cards right now. And we're on the board. We got some prize cards out. We drew First Blood. This thing's ready to attack. Can they knock us out? Yes, they can. That's the bad thing, but we have gift energy. Also, we forgot to use the restart to draw one card from, or 2 cards from the deck. But that's actually fine. That's gonna be fine for now. We just have to set up a second attacker. Or Steel Stone. We still could lose, but it's not because we're playing wrong. It's just that, you know, the deck is weak against electric. We will have to bring out Snorlax one way or another. We haven't seen a single one. If we can get an Ultra Ball or a Great Ball, something like that, that can help us. But we cannot sacrifice our Archeops. We gotta get our, unfortunately, if Mew goes down, we gotta get Lugia out there. Maybe I should have held on to that switch. Oh, that's a wrap. Not sure what happened. I know V-Guard does 20 less, but sure, whatever. We're going to play... Okay, so let's play Burnett in order to thin out the deck. I don't need Drapion, and I don't need the other Archeops, to be honest. Get those out of the way. We're not going to Great Ball Snorlax. Perfect. So now we're gonna Primal Turbo to it. Where do we have it? Gift. Therapeutic. Gift. And then the next one is going to be it has to be. We don't have another V-Guard, so that means we prized it. It's gonna have to be the Jet. Yeah, no misplays here, buddy. Huh. We're actually able to save our Mew this turn. Lightning Rondo does 220, right? We want to do that. I don't think it matters when we pivot or do any of that stuff, right? But we are going to restart for 1. That can help. Capturing Aroma, sure, why not? Let's just bring it out. Whatever it is. Tails, that means it's a basic. We do want Snorlax, actually. That's our next attacker. So we're going to retreat to this Snorlax. We've got the next one ready for when whoever gets knocked out, and we're going to punch them with Thumping Snorlax. It doesn't matter that they have the Bravery Charm. He's not going to fall asleep. And we're somewhat under driver's seat unless they have an escape rope or boss's orders. But I'd say we're riding this as comfortably as we can, considering this is a strong, you know, this is a bad matchup for us. They're retreating, okay, so we need to get boss at some point. They're in a tight spot. They could just fluffy to, okay, boss's orders, there you go. Are they trapping us? They just retreated already. Unless they have a switch card. Let's see what they do. Well, that's all they needed to do, very true. And we draw more cards. And we got the boss's orders. Yeah, alright. That's what I like to see. We're going to move up with our next attacker. The same attacker. Okay. We got both bosses in the hand. That's actually really good. When the next Pokemon gets knocked out, we set up Radiant Charizard. Let's Primal Turbo the second Snorlax. Oh man, we don't have DTE. We don't have the Therapeutic Energy. That's fine. That is actually fine. Or should we just do the Jet for now? Yeah, let's do Jet for now. I don't think we need to go that hasty just yet. Do we want to Ultra Ball anything away? Not necessarily. What we could do is... I want to knock out this Raikou, honestly. Yeah, let's do it. Boss, your Raikou. We get 2 more prizes. And just punch it, man. Hopefully one of these is either V-Guard or Therapeutic Energy, both of which I need. Gift, that kind of helps. Okay, so we're going to get knocked out, but then we're going to respond to them with another Snorlax no matter what. Miraidon will be able to attack after this attack. And they might be running out of steam soon. However, they're setting up that second Miraidon. We're rocking single prizes, so oh, they got another boss, and they got a Lugia. Okay, that's fine. That is actually fine. And they tend to mean it. We need to set up Charizard like right now. And we can do that because we have Luminous Energy in our hand. I'm good with that. They've already played 2 boss. Most of our field is 1 prizers. Let's go ahead and maybe we promote Lumineon for now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's promote Lumineon for now. They've taken 4 prizes, so that means Charizard can attack for free, almost free. Is that what we want to do? Let's see if Capturing Aroma can get us the Charizard. It does not. That's fine, which is Ultra Ball. We don't need you guys anymore. Actually, let's do it like that. Radiant Charizard. Luminous Energy. I really want to save the attack right now, right? Yeah. I'm gonna retreat to who do we want to boss up? Actually, I just thought of something. Retreat to Snorlax. We're gonna boss up, honestly, Flaffy or the Zeraora. Yeah. So that way we only have to choose 1 more prize, and we can do that easily with Charizard. So there's a chance we might lose, but at least this game's going seriously down to the wire, as you guys are seeing. If you're sticking around, thank you so much. We got the therapeutic, so that could help our second Snorlax. Let's see what they do now. We still would need like an escape rope or a 3rd boss, which I don't remember if this deck runs 2 or 3. The Bravery Charm is the worst thing that's really holding us up, because if not, we could easily take it out. Although, okay, Beach Court. Why would you want to retreat though? Why would you? They got the 3rd boss and they get, okay, and that's game. Well played by the opponent. Definitely. Well played by them. Pick your cards already. You literally only have 2 left. Oh, now they're just BMing. If they do the 3rd time, I'll just... Yeah, okay, whatever. They're literally BMing because they're idiots. Yeah, that guy was an idiot. Alright, so... let's do 1 more. We might leave this in the video or not. Just to kind of kicks and giggles. And see how this one goes. We're pretty much doing this for fun, guys, but at the same time, it is, you know, it really is fun. You get to also get ideas for your own deck building and strategy and whatnot. So I hope you're enjoying the content. Let's see what we play now. If we play another Miraidon deck, I'll probably just give up and leave it at that. Call it quits. Mulligan, because we have no basics in our hand. That's fine. Okay. Yep. We've got Snorlax now. It's a basic at least. But honestly, the best starter to have is Lugia, sort of, depending sometimes. And they started with Lumineon just like us last turn. Let's see what this deck is. Can literally be any deck, because a lot of decks play Lumineon. They got Battle VIP Pass, good for you. This is a Chin-Pao deck. Not sure who has the upper hand in this scenario. Chin-Pao might have a great chance. But it's really a matter of who sets up their board first, fully. And they're going with the Pidgey too, so that means they're playing Pidgeot from Obsidian Flame to help them search out for cards. Okay. We have no choice but to capture an Aroma. Need it to be Tails right now. Beautiful. We get the Lugia. We'll probably go with Lumineon because we don't have a supporter, and we can probably research some of this away, although it's kind of a waste. Yeah, let's YOLO, guys. Let's go with the Lumineon instead, because then after the Lugia, we don't really have much else, and we can play research. So we're going to attach from the hand, so we don't lose that. Let's do another capturing Aroma. Hopefully it's another Tails. It is. Beautiful. Thank you, PTCG Live. Okay, we got, how many Snorlax do we have? We have 2, so there's, okay, we're good. Lugia's down. We could use the boss, but, you know what? Nope, we don't want a boss because then we can't research. Don't want to do that. Let's Lumineon. Luminous Sign, yes, that's the reason we play. Good old research, or we can Iono. That's another option too, because we can put these back. That's not it's not the worst idea, but then they have 7 cards in their hand. They might be 2 set up, so let's go ahead and disrupt them a little bit, guys. What do you think? Iono. Yeah, all that goes to the bottom of your deck now. Not bad. We can burn that next turn, and we just need to get Lugia VStar, and we are rolling. Let's see what they come up with. Irida is clutch. Probably gonna get their Baxcalibur and Rare Candy. Oh, there you go. That's how you play that deck. The only thing they don't really have is Chin-Pao, but I'm pretty sure they just got it. Or will soon. Pokestop. We have some serious contenders here today. Man. Ultra Ball. That'll get them Chin-Pao or Pidgeot. Maybe they do have the 2 rare candies. Yeah, they're playing a legit Chin-Pao deck. Because they have the cross switcher, canceling Cologne in case they play a deck that has Manaphy on the bench, neutralizes it. This game might be as good as done, ladies and gentlemen. But let's see, you never know. The last game came down seriously down to the wire after a slow start, so pats on back for that, honestly. Backs, they got the Pidgeot, they have the 2 rare candies. They're still kind of stuck because they have no energy and they don't have backs at the Chin-Pao, which would normally help them in that case. I have way too many energy here. Net. Gotta get these out. Now, all I can do, unfortunately, is manually attach. I can DTE, but then it's going to do 160. We don't want that. We really don't want that. It's V-Guard. I would Pokestop, but there's a high chance I'm going to throw something away that I need. You know what? Again, YOLO. One more time. Let's do it. Yep, all to the trash. End turn. Research possibly could have gotten us a Lugia VStar, but then we would have lost all these energies. So I don't feel too bad for that. Really, I need an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball, Great Ball, something like that. If they're not able to get the Lumineon out of the active, Snorlax can take it out next turn. Irida, what are you guys searching for? There's the Chimpao. They're gonna cross switch into Lugia V, knock it out, and then we're toast. Yup, there it is. There it was. There she blows. Yeah, they're gonna have like 5 energy in their hand at this point. Between all the where they had no Chimpao, now they have 2. I mean, it's well played by our opponent. I think we'll just call it quits here because without Lugia V, we can get it next turn, but then it's gonna get smacked again. Unless our opponent has a slow start. Maybe we risk it. But then we can't knock anything out. Yeah, we can't knock anything out, so this is not an ideal match. So yeah, it seems that Chimpao, in a way, probably does have the upper hand against Lugia V. Yeah, well played on our opponent's side, having the Pidgeot too. That's a good inclusion, probably better than the barrel, if I'm being honest. This gives them exactly what they need every single turn on top of Irida. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I know how to math. Alright, guys. So, it was a good game. The last one we kind of were able to showcase what this deck does, so not too bad. This one was just a bad matchup. Another back-to-back bad matchups type-wise and strategy-wise, unfortunately. But I do promise, Lugia V is pretty good. The single strike one probably would have had a little better success in both matchups, especially in the Miraidon match. So look out for that in the future. We will try to build that. Also, we will be covering Roaring Moon, Iron Valiant, and some other decks that came out or got better in Paradox Rift. Until then, hope you have a great one.